How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are actually on FS22. We're nearly up to date. We've got we've got an entire another farming simulator released before we're completely up to date yet. But I've made it to FS22. I finally properly set it up, and I thought I'd do a bit of recording on it, break it up a little bit. That should be this drill full. We'll just double check. But I haven't given up on 17. I will be probably jumping back and forth just to give it a bit of so it doesn't get too boring. So that's that drill full. But this is Buckland Farm, and this is set in Somerset. It's quite a cool little map. It's not too big, but we're just doing arable for the minute, and we've got quite a decent size set up. Which I'll show you a little bit more about. But my plan is I've got some grassland kit as well. Well, I say some. I've got some fairly big kit. I'm hoping to do some clamp silage. Whether we get some cows or whether we just sell it off to the BGA, I don't know. But we've got quite a bit of grassland. In fact, I'll probably just leave this in here now that's full. Yeah, no, we've got quite a bit of grassland, so probably take full advantage of that. But I'll show you a bit about it. So this is Buckland Farm. We've got quite a bit of ground, really. This is the main farm up here. I haven't really seen too much of this map, to be honest, so it's nice to be playing it. I quite like the fact that I haven't seen too much of it, but it's quite a smart map. As I say, we've got quite the setup. We've got quite a lot of kit, quite a bit of ground. It's a big old farm. Yeah, hence the reason for the decent, quite big kit is to, yeah, make use of this ground we've got. So, right, let's have a look. So let's get that parking brake off. So this is an 8R. I think this is the 410, is it? Let's have a look. I can't see. I think this is the 410. Yeah, 410. So it's like a 450 horsepower tractor. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely, yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I'm actually gonna go. Oh, it doesn't. Hold on. There we go. For some reason it doesn't want to go into reverse. I'm actually gonna go the other way. Let's get ourselves spun round. Beautiful. And let's unfold ourselves here. Fantastic. I don't know why we keep going into neutral there, that's weird. Put her in, there you go. Fantastic, so we've got a full tank of seed and fertiliser. Oh, right, get her in forwards. And let's have a look here. Okay, so we've got our ridge markers like that. Fantastic. Let's actually get that one down. Perfect. And then there are so many settings to get my head around here. So I've got Proceed set up here. So we've got that on auto. We've got a 24-meter sprayer, so that's perfect. We're drilling oats, which is fantastic. And let's get this right. So turn on what do we want to do? Deactivate automatic seed rate. Yeah, no, automatic seed rate is fine. Automatic application rate is also fine. I haven't done any soil tests at all yet. So yeah, as you can see, we haven't actually done any soil tests yet. So I probably won't be able to even use the automatic application rate because it won't be able to read anything to actually let the automatic rate work. So I'll just have to leave those. Well, I'll leave them on automatic, but I don't think it will work as it should. But that's fine. Let's get that switched on. So the drill is on, and we can. Oh, the cover's open. We'll shut that. think we're good to go. As I say, there's so many settings to work out here, but let's get that cruise control right down to about 5, I think, and let's get it going. Lower her down. Right, we're drilling. Fantastic. So as I say, we're putting in that's very loud. Is this as loud as it is for me? I'm actually going to turn this down a bit. That's a bit aggressive for me. So as I say, we're drilling oats, and we'll probably do a mixture. Planning to do oats, a bit of canola, maybe some soybeans or something. Try and spice it up a little bit. Let's just get that up a little bit there. One piece of wheat missed. Is that... Am I being... Wait, why isn't the ridge marker working? Is it because I'm at an angle? Hold on. Really? Oh my god. That's actually kind of cool. That actually makes so much sense. That's really cool. Yeah, so you can see the angle I've gone down, and I've lost the ridge marker. Wow. That's super cool, actually. I didn't expect it to do that. Wow, I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. That is really cool. Huh. And then if I come around this corner where it straightens up and then it drops back in, I'll be even more impressed. Right, let's get that back on. Make sure we're lowered down, which we are, and then, yep. Away you go. Yeah, look at that, it's dropped back in. That is so cool. I think I'm not going to bother getting too tight to the edges here. Not really much point. Yeah, so you see up there it says no values detected, so that I need to do some soil samples so they actually, well, so they know what the soil's actually doing. It can't do much while they don't have any soil samples because well, they've got nothing to give any rates off. So I thought that would be the case. That's absolutely fine. The seed rate is changing though, interestingly, which I'm not sure what that's reading it off, but that, I mean, still fine nonetheless. It's upped it there. So what it does around the corner, will it change again? Let's get a bit more speed on her here. Yeah, look at that. The seed rate is changing, which is very cool. So I've had my Hori truck control for a couple of weeks now, and I can safely say I can give it a pretty fair review now, which I'm debating doing a little video on, just giving a really honest review on it, how I honestly feel about it, which I think an honest review might be worth doing. I don't know, but it's pretty good overall. I think it's my overall sort of estimate. The more I think about it, the more I sort of think, like, you know, what do you go for otherwise? I think the thing that would just top it off a little bit better is if it had better game support. But as I say, in FS22 everything works a lot better, whereas in FS17, in fairness, it is a much older game, it didn't work nearly as well. But all the buttons work a bit better. It's still not perfect. I am currently pressing the button about 10 times. There you go. There you go. Oh no, come back up. That's a perfect example. Come on, I was trying to talk good about you. It's still not perfect by any means, but it's very playable. It's, you know, but then you'd hope so for spending nearly 600 quid on something. But it's playable. It's playable. So I think I'm going to try and do a sort of 17, FS17 and 22. I think is my game plan. I'll join this up and then I'll pick it up, swing round like that, perfect. And then when I drop it down, it should go on to track 2. Hopefully, we can keep that ridge marker out. Yeah, I think try and do a bit of both, mix and match would be is my kind of idea. I think we'll see how we go. I have set up Western Shore as well now. It should go. No, it hasn't. Hang on. Why hasn't that gone? Why hasn't that gone? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, whoops. I beg your pardon. That is why. There you go, I was pressing all the wrong buttons. Huh, that's weird. Maybe auto needs to be set up with GPS. Okay, that's okay. We'll put it on manual. Can't do that. We'll put it on semi. And this is now track 2. Fine. That's okay. You live and you learn. Let's pop that down. Oh, semi's what I want. Right. Okay, this is now track 2. Doink. Okay. We're drilling. Here we go. We're going. Perfect. Let's just slow it down a little bit around this corner. It's so different to, I mean obviously it would be to 17 because it's a much newer game, but I can't believe how much has improved actually. Like I think going back and playing the older game, it does make you really appreciate how much better this game is in some ways, but also not in every way. Like, you know, not having gearbox or MR is very different. There's, you know, there's different sort of physics. It's not quite the same, but it's still. I mean, I think I gave FS2 a bit of a bad run before I'd really given it a fair chance. So this is drilling really nicely. So this direct drill, my sort of theory is I won't do any cultivations because yes, I might not get the same yield, but I'll save money from on diesel and time at doing it. That's my theory. Go up to about 15k. Yeah, look at that, gone but chewing away. Hell of a setup. Very nice. So this has got fertilizer going in with it as well, so it'll have the first stage of fertilizer on the field, and then we can come and spray it at a later date. Which I am looking forward to actually, because we've got a very flash Amazon self-propelled sprayer, which will be. I haven't actually used it yet, so I saw the mod and I was like, oh, that looks the part. Oh, let's slow that down a bit. So one complaint I do have about my farm stick that I bought is the right. Oh, sorry, big pardon. The left access on the joystick. So whenever the whole joystick will move left and right, and twisting it left, it seems to have a, I don't know what the word is, but it moves on its own basically. So that, you see, if I just let it happen, you can see that it's going down on its own. I have to, so I've got my cruise control set to the left and right axis of it, so it gives it a sort of vario feel, Whereas in 17 I didn't have so much problems with it. It just seems to be in 22 for some reason that yeah, on the left axis is what I've got to slowing it down. Yeah, it just sort of seems to move on its own. So I'm not sure what that's about, but it's definitely not quite right. It shouldn't do it, and I'm not sure why it does. But I've now changed that, so I have to hold the button on the back and twist it, so it can't just move on its own, because it was just doing it on its own. It's very annoying. So that, yeah, we should be putting in a tram line. Let's have a look. We are putting in a tram line. Fantastic. But it works. I've slowly got it figured out. Oh, that tram line's in a bad position. Oh well. Yeah, slowly got it figured out. The setup is getting better and better slowly, which is very nice. We've also got a new desk, and I've moved everything around, so it's at a much nicer angle now. So that's a bit nicer. Yeah, it is getting there slowly. It's much more comfortable now. I did explain in a previous video, it's going to be tight, about why that was. Oh god, I'm putting in a tram line at like a 180-degree angle. Oh god, that was... I'm not even sure if I want to see that. Oh god, that was not very attractive. Well done, me. Yeah, I did explain in the previous video about how I used to have a curved L-shaped desk, and I've just bought a very nice actual right angle L-shaped desk now, so I can squeeze right up to it and have the side of it as a sort of armrest for the joystick and stuff, which just works that bit better, which is a bit nicer. So that's, yeah, that's fantastic, and it works really well. Just gives me a bit of a tighter sort of feel with an armrest and stuff. It's a bit nicer. There you go. Just got a Steam notification about how much I've planted. That's good. So I want to set a goal, and I'm going to say it on video, so hopefully I'll try and stick to it a little bit more. But I want to try and actually make it through a whole in-game year. I've never done it. The amount of hours I've played, it's amazing that I've never made a whole in-game year. I just get bored basically, and then I move on, set somewhere else up. But I'm hoping by sort of recording it and actually, you know, doing it right from the start like this, I should hopefully be inclined to stay along a little bit longer. And I've been pretty good with the schedules so far on the videos. I've surprised myself. I actually seem to be keeping up with it a little bit better than I thought, which is good. I'm quite good at getting bored and distracted and moving on, so that's good. Right, join these up. That'll do. Actually, we can just go to the end here. Start along somewhere here, and then the tram line should go off when we drop it, in theory. Whoops, hang on. Sorry, I've mucked that up. There you go. Just make sure the other one... Oh, it is, whoops. Hang on, it should tell me, shouldn't it? Yeah, there you go. Beg your pardon, there we go. Fantastic. Don't need to put another marker down, so may as well have those lifted up. Oh, those tram lines look so much better. It's the ground as well. It does look so much better. It does. Yeah, it does. I can't even argue with myself. It just does look so much better. Go to the edge here and get this lifted up. Try not to bugger up the tram line. There we go. Oh god, so hold on, oh god, right, okay, then that's good to know. Let's get that on 3, and then when I lift, hold on, let's see what that does. Hopefully when I lower it down we shouldn't be putting in a tram line. Let's have a look. you gonna be putting in a tram line or not? Let's have a look. No, fantastic. That worked exactly how I wanted it to. Yeah, the ground, as I say, like looking at, you know, this is stubble tillage, so this is like cultivated stubble basically, and it looks so much nicer. And then drilling into it as well, it just goes a slightly darker colour, where you just sort of flip the soil over with that direct drill. And it just, yeah, it does look that bit better. It does make a difference. Because the ground in FS17 is all the same basically. Like, there's only one, you know, stubbles. There's only one stubble ground for each crop. There's only one, you know, cultivated or ploughed or whatever. There's only one stage of that all. It's sort of on or off. Whereas this has got a couple of different visual kind of modes, which is really nice. It just gives that extra feel. So it's interesting sort of going back playing the older game and then coming to the newer one. Not even the newest, we've still got FS25 yet, which I haven't even got. So I haven't even got that yet. Yeah, 17k, that's very nice. It's handling that really well. We'll just carry on, I won't bother moving out here because we should make that tram line a little bit smoother. Right, let's get to the end here. Lift up, fantastic. Right, so this is where it gets a little bit different as well. So we've drilled the headland, and then we'll straighten ourselves up, and we can now set an AB line. So let's have a look here. Right, I think I've got this set up a bit here. Right, let's get that nice and slow. That's on, and then, oh no, sorry, all the wrong buttons. There you go. Right, that's now on, and then we should be able to lower in a sec once we're past there, which we are. But we want to put that back on 1 because I was setting up. And then we can turn it off and then lift up. Okay, this is going to take a bit of playing with for sure, but there is a level of immersion with it, having to sort of think about that much. Right, next door, there you go, perfect, and then it should be on number 2 when I lower it. Fantastic. Good. I think I got the button set up slightly wrong, but it's working. So that's more important. And more importantly, it's working. Off. It's got the noise as well. It's got the actual John Deere, the Green Star noise as well, which is very cool. I did see a video the other day, hang on, God, I really can't multitask with this, that's hilarious. I saw a video the other day of someone playing 25, FS25, and they had actually finally got a mod with the track, GPS, but it actually showed you which track you are. I've been waiting for a mod like that to come out forever. Because then you wouldn't have these ugly lines. You could actually see where you're at, which is very cool. There we go, first tram line in. GPS. We passed the tram line, yes. Fantastic, that's working really well. Yeah, it does. There's a lot to get used to, though. There's a lot to go wrong, actually. There's a lot more to go wrong. Doink. Lift load up. There we go. Wonder if I'll... Oh my god, look at that tram line. It's perfect. Oh god, wrong button. I need to change that button, otherwise I'm gonna forever get that wrong. I'll change that at the end of this run. I've I changed the button, I got it slightly wrong. Doing a nice job though, and it is nicer, I have to say, drilling in this game is nicer. It is better. I didn't want to admit that. I've joined the dark side. I thought I was so cool playing FS17 when it was not cool anymore. I'm just like everyone else. There's a reason for that though. I think this, it just feels better. It does. Let's drop her down. That's so much better. I've got both GPS and lower next to each other now, so I can just do them at nearly the same time. That is perfect. Oh, this is really nice. I'm very pleased that I've made this jump, because I was very against, not against, but I was I hadn't been converted. I think I got a bit, I don't know why, I obviously had bad experiences with FS22 in the past, so I just kind of gave up. But actually I'm pleased I've come back, because it is very nice, and it works better for my setup, which is nice. But I haven't given up on 17. I still want to play Western Shore. I did try. I went back to 17 the other day to well, try and play it, and it's not as like with the steering wheel where the force feedback just sticks on. It's not as enjoyable. Now we're getting somewhere. The sounds as well for the GPS is so cool. Having actual like green style sounds is really cool. Doodle-oop. Oh, it's so good. Are we gonna be on a tram line there? Nope. Perfect. Drilling at 17k as well, that's really nice. So the seed rate's gone right down for most of these runs, it seems. Funny that it was a lot heavier on the headland. I was going slower on the headland as well, so you would have thought it would have wanted to be less. Yeah, it does. The seed rate goes up when I slow down, which is interesting, because it technically, you would have thought it would go down. Oh yeah. I have to say, the only downside that I can think of straight away with FS22 is the fact that it starts in August, which I hate. I really like in 17 with seasons, it starts you off in spring, which is really nice, because then you can drill your own fields with tram lines, and you know, you can then fertilise them and bring them on, and then you can do your own harvest. It's like you come on in August and everything's ready to cut, so it's like that busy point that you worked up to, you're just there ready. So there is a mod which I've got, which is start in March, which yeah, I downloaded, but even the start in March, like all the grass and stuff is ready to grow, because the game thinks it's August, but I went through it and I actually skipped a year in game, and then all the grass was kind of put right. It's actual point it should be in March, and yeah, none of the fields are drilled, so it's, yeah, no, I just prefer it like that, and then especially for travellers and stuff, it's just a bit nicer. Hopefully we'll actually make it to harvest. I hope so. I'm probably going to leave it here on the next run. I'm sure you guys have seen enough. I'll carry on. Probably be drilling in the next one. We've got quite a lot of drilling to get on with. I'll show you on the big map in a second. There's no point trying to flick through with the hoary buttons. Doink. Right, let's get that switched off. That'll do there, I should imagine. So I hope you've enjoyed this first one on FS22. Let's just have a quick look at what we've got left to do. So we've got 27. We're drilling with Oats, and then we've also got 34, 33, 38, 37, I believe. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields of arable, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although, yeah, 7 with that one. Sorry, that one is a sheep field, but we've got 7 fields of grass to cut as well. So we shall be busy with all of that shortly. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first one. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And yeah, I hope the chopping and changing of series will be a bit better. Hopefully it shouldn't be too boring than just watching one thing. So yeah, look forward to seeing you in the next one, guys. Cheerio.